building our times table. Now, because times tables represent what we're doing with numbers and they can represent quantities of things, it's quite good when we're building the times table to actually use real things, sets of things to count. Now, in our house, the kind of things we have are things like, we could use for this, buttons. It's a whole jar of buttons, as you can see, and we've got loads and loads of buttons in here. We could use buttons. We could use something out of the kitchen. For example, if you have any little boxes of raisins, there's lots of raisins in here. We need to have, for the 3 times table, we need to have 30 of whatever it is. So you could certainly use raisins, and then you might get to eat them afterwards as well, which would be nice. I normally, when I'm doing this in a classroom, I quite like using pine cones because they're really easy to get and it's a great excuse to go out and hunt for some pine cones. So I've got bags and bags of them here. We've got some of these, which are Scots pine cones, and we've got some of these, which are Sitka spruce pine cones. We have both of those kinds of trees round about here. But whatever you've got, for this one today, I am going to use this jar of screws, because they're really handy and they're not too big. You don't want anything that's too large for this. Then you need to have some way of arranging your things. Now, we're going to be doing the 3 times table just now, so we're going to be thinking about things in groups of 3. You could just build little groups of 3. If you're using Lego bricks, you could put them in little towers of 3 at a time. That's up to you. You could keep your little groups of 3 together by using something like a plastic cup. You could put 3 in each plastic cup. You could use something like these. These are quite cute. These are for planting little seedlings, putting your little seeds in and growing them up until they get a bit bigger, and then you plant them out. So they're quite cool if you happen to have some of these kicking about the house. Just now, I'm going to use this, which is an egg box, which just so happens to have had 10 eggs in it to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can do up to 10 times something, and my screws are going to work really well in those little egg cups in the carton there. So that's what I'm going to use for this. So we're going to build our times table. Right, that's me all set. I've got my pen for writing down my times table. I've got my paper for writing it on. I've got my compartments, my 10 compartments, and I've got my pile of screws ready to go. So I'm going to start with, this is going to be my 3 times table. That's my title, and you can write this in a jotter or on a piece of paper if you want to. And I'm starting with, how many times have I got 3 there? Well, I've got 0 times 3, so I can write 0 times 3 on my times table. And how many screws have I got in total? I have got a total of 0 screws there. So 0 times 3 clearly equals 0. So now I'm going to be looking at how many I can get in 1. So I've got 3, 1, 2, 3. I've got 1 set of 3 screws. So that is 1 times 3. So 1 times 3 is how many screws altogether? It's 3. So 1 times 3 is 3. Now we're going to go for doing 2 compartments. 2 times 3. Here's another set of 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. So now I've got 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I've got 2 times 3 is 6. I'm starting to build my times table. I've got 0 times 3 was 0. And if you remember, 1 times 3 was only 3. But now 2 times 3 is giving me 6. Let's carry on with 3 times 3, and then we'll do 4 times 3. Let's see how we get on with them. 3 times 3 first. So we've got 1 times 3, 2 times 3. So 1, 2, 3 times 3. How many screws altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9. And if we put another set of 3 in, 1, 2, 3. How many have we got now? There's going to be 4 times 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 screws altogether. So let's carry on and we'll do 5 times 3 and then 6 times 3. We're nearly halfway through our times table already. So 5 times 3, another 3 screws to go in. 1, 2, 3. So how many screws have we got all together? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 5 times 3 is 15. Let's go for 6 times 3. 1, 2, 3. So how many screws is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's going to give us 18 screws all together. Let's go for our next two. We're going to have our 7 times 3 and our 8 times 3. Put in the equals as well there. So 7 times 3. Grab another 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. So what have we got now? We knew that 6 times 3 was 18. We've added another 3. 18, 19, 20, 21. And if we add another 3, that'll give us 8 times 3, 21. Here we've got 3 more. 21 is what we've got so far. 22, 23, 24. 24. Oh, I never remember to write 4 upside down. So we've got 0 times 3 is 0, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 3 is 15, 6 times 3 is 18, 7 times 3 is 21, 8 times 3 is 24. We're nearly at the end of the table. 9 times 3 and 10 times 3. Okay, so we know we've already got 24 in our 8 times 3, so we can add on another 3. Here they are. So here's 24. Now we've got 25, 26, 27. 27. So 9 times 3 is 27. So what will 10 times 3 be? Maybe you know this one already from your 10 times table. 3 more screws. We know we've got 27 here. 27, 28, 29, 30. So here we've built our 3 times table all the way from 0 times 3 up to 10 times 3. Now you can do yours with screws in an egg box if you like, or as I say, you could have 10 cups and put 3 raisins in each, or 3 buttons in each, or 3 pens in each if you've got lots and lots of felt tip pens. See what you've got at home to build your own 3 times table.